Good morning, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Good morning. Hello, it is Arlissa. I am here with, I know, right? I was thinking the noise too. It is Arlissa, educator to trader, here with the E2T Morning Show with Jamie. Jamie Irvin is hanging out with us too and this morning and walking us through some early market. It's not called pre-market really anymore because the market's already started, but more like opening of the market stuff. All right. Jamie, you can take it over from here.
Good morning, everybody. I hope you all slept well. I think it should be called the E2T Morning Show going forward. And I think that is a great description for it. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see what's going on. The VIX has decided to elevate itself by 4.68%. It is at 19.23. We are obviously very open, early in the open, but the Dow Jones is actually everybody's down. The Russell 2K is down the most, 1.60%. Europe is all down. Look at that. Asia is mostly down, with HSI being down 0.10% and Shanghai being down. I'm sorry, with HSI being up 0.10% and Shanghai being up 0.54%. So that's happening. For our earnings, we got Verizon reported this morning. GM also reported this morning. GM apparently has some good news. So for those of you who are following GM, you might want to check those charts. 3M, which is apparently GM cousin, 3M reported before market open. RTX.
See, I want to leave my mic open so I can laugh and comment, but I don't want you to have the background noise. But like 3M and GM being cousins, that's funny stuff, bruh.
They the M's.
The M's.
They the M's. The M's.
Oh my goodness.
They're the same family tree.
Oh.
So you got the GE Aerospace, Lockheed Martin, who I keep forgetting about because every time I look at their chart, it don't be looking like nothing. But then I go away from it. And they do well.
And
Quest
then you're like, they looking
Diagnostics,
like something. They looking
yeah,
like something.
Philip Morris International and Sherman Williams. For those of you who are always looking for dividend payers, I will say that you might want to pay attention to. It's called the Dividend Aristocrats and the Dividend Kings. Those are two categories: dividend aristocrats and dividend kings. And in those categories, you'll find stocks that have been paying dividends for, like, let's say 25 years, but they've been increasing their dividends over that time. You'll see some of these type of names in those lists. So just to be, not investment advice, but definitely a good starting point to start searching. In phase after close today, which we all know everybody's not happy with. Those premiums, be looking good until they don't. Seagate is also reporting after close today, as well as Texas Instrument. I have highlighted those. And then tomorrow, of course, AT&T, Coca-Cola is on the list. Thermo Fisher is also in that group. Before the open, Tesla is after close tomorrow, along with Lam Research. Alyssa. IBM in ServiceNow after close. So we are slowly but surely creeping our way to the middle of the week. And of course, I'm expecting something to happen with Tesla, because last I checked, Tesla around their earnings does a little bit of movement. All right. So we got today, we got the BRICS Summit. That's what's going down today, is the BRICS Summit. That's Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. That's what that is for. Brazil, Russia, India, and China summit. I guess that started in 2009. That is an orange folder happening all day. At 10 o'clock, we have FOMC member Harker speaking, orange folder, and the Richmond Manufacturing Index, also an orange folder. And then we still have day 2 of the IMF meetings, which is a yellow folder, right? So that's the International Monetary Fund. So we do have, a little bit of stuff sprinkled in as far as Forex Factory is concerned. So you want to keep that in mind. But in terms of a specific time frame, we don't have after 10 o'clock. We don't necessarily have a specific time frame for anything else for our Forex for our investing.com. Make sure we're on. Yep, 22nd. We have so over
I'm loving
here,
it.
Harker, the red book year over year was 1 star, 4.6%. It was a neutral impact to the economy. The IMF meeting apparently starts at like 6 a.m. 1 star up there. And then we have Harker speaking, 2 stars. Richmond Manufacturing Index for October is 1 star over here. The Richmond Manufacturing shipments for October is 1 star. And then the Richmond Services Index is also 1 star for October. That's 1 star. The M2 money supply month over month for September is 1 star. That's at 1 o'clock, right? And then we have our API weekly crude oil stock, 2 stars, but that's at 4:30. We have managed to wiggle out of the game at that point. All right, less for us to have to worry about. Okay, I'm not seeing, so we can swing by. Give me 1 second. Un momento. All right, so this is what happened on yesterday. This is what happened on SPX. This is the 15-minute chart. We had that little bit of a gap down. It pushed up, and when it dropped, baby. Now, here's the thing. This 56, 58, 67 was one of Mancini's numbers. And actually, no, I'm looking at, this is right. Yeah, that was one of Mancini's numbers. Yeah, so it hit turnaround right about there. We had a gap down this morning. And I'm going to want to mark the gap down from this morning. And I'm interested in knowing what may have caused that, because people seem to be of the opinion that this was going to be a pretty decent market day
I
in
don't know. The
terms of
ES
earnings.
is falling too.
Yeah, something going on. So here's our 15-minute for SPX. Lista, do you want to do Mancini now, or?
I'm ready. Yep, when you are.
All right, you can go ahead, and then I'll put them on the charts.
Okay. StreamYard. There we are. Add to the stage. Alrighty. So yesterday, a failed breakdown of 58.33 triggered the longs to 58.47, which is a magnet. 58.57 targets, then sold overnight in SPX or in ES. The bulls need the same thing today, and we are now basing at 58.22 support. And I'm looking to see where it is on my chart. 58.22 support. Now you're at 58.29. It did hit that, drop down to that 58.22 support and turned right around. No change. 58.33 is the first up. Must recover in order to see 58.47. 58.10 to 12 is below here. Sell to 57.97 if it fails. If 58.22 fails, then you're going to sail down to 57.97 or 50. Looks like 58.10, 58.12, and then 57.97 if it goes the other way. All right, looks like it's moving around in that 58.20 something level right now. The gap between ES and SPX is currently about 45 points between those two. So if you're following Adam, the gap is between about 45 points. Now, you don't have to depend on us to give you that gap number. You can always just look at the ES chart and look at the SPX chart. Look at those two charts together or look at them separately and just get the number of the current number and take the difference between those two. You don't have to depend on us for that. So look at the ES, which will be higher, and the SPX, and then that'll tell you real time what is the difference between those two stocks. So that way you'll know whatever Adam is telling you, you can just subtract whatever the gap difference is between those two. Okay. If you're trading XSP, you got 586 on the call credit spread side, 579 on the put credit spread side. Jamie, I was wondering, when you are looking, just as a thought, when you're looking at the end of the day, not just Jamie, but anybody who's doing SPX at the end of the day, I don't know. You can see VWAP on TradingView. You can't see VWAP on Thinkorswim. So I was wondering if you get to the end of the day and you see the VWAP bands, could that be a place that you could use the collective you, not you personally, but it also could be you personally. Could you use that VWAP range as a place for you to select your strikes?
That
In a
is a good idea. I don't use VWAP.
mhm,
Currently, I still got to do some more learning about it, but I
mhm,
can see where that would be helpful in that situation.
mhm. That VWAP 2 band is going to be like a 97% or 95% of the data should be between the two bands, the two standard deviation bands. And honestly, the first band is going to include about 80 to 85% of the data, or of the price movement. So you really could probably stay within the one band. But at the end of the day, it could be a way to help you to see whether it will bounce out or see whether, what would be good boundaries in addition to using the IV number and our probability of the money, that kind of thing. You could use the VWAP to help you see the bounds as well.
You talk about
Just
adding in just an extra indicator.
well, I'm just talking about just something else to look at in addition to what when you're selecting your strikes and you're looking at 80% out of the money and da. Using that as another thing to look at to make sure that it's inside those bounds as well. Just another confirmation point.
Okay, right, but I'm just saying that would just be another indicator that you're adding into the mix.
Yeah, it's the other, yeah.
Yeah.
You can, yeah, this is true. True.
All right.
Okay. Okay, let me go back to where I was. This is our list of trade ideas for the week. I did look at what we looked at yesterday. We looked at AbbVie yesterday, and I think we looked at. I had it on a piece of paper. What did I do with the paper? I don't know what I did with my little to-do list because it's written on my to-do list, but I don't see it now. Wonder where it went for real. Anyway, this is our list for the week. Use this list for the week to see what we want to see as far as trades. Let me see what we got for alerts today too. Might be a trade of the day. What's a trade of the day? Trade of the day for the sellers. Let me get to where I can share my screen. Not there. Need to go there. Come on, you got to move fast. It's taking forever, 5F to pop the screen up that says, pick me, pick me. There it is. I'll go with screen one. It'll be easier that way. Okay, these are the, I like that top one already. Y'all can see my screen. I like that SOXL at the top, 32, 32.5 and 36. Mm-hmm. SOXO, you ain't got to worry about earnings, but it is, even though it's not in earnings, there are some things that will have earnings and some things that are in it will have earnings, right? You got Snow as an iron condor. I was just looking at the iron condors. DJT, Affirm could maybe be a good one too. SOXL, Affirm, 42 on the put credit spread side. Snow is here, 114 and 120. Iron Condor. Mara, AV Go. I think didn't Janae ask about AV Go yesterday? Clean Spark is here. Put credit
Yep.
spread on Clean Spark. Yep. ALB or Albemarle is here. KWEB. I'm not what's KWEB? Do you know, Jamie?
No, I've
And
never. I
Marvel.
don't think I've ever even heard of that.
They're an ETF, but they're there. And then you got Marvel is here. These are the trend spread trades for the day. I was also looking at iron condors. It's a little, maybe a little early for these iron condors, unless you sure you going, you probably could close it the same day, even though it has tomorrow's expiration. You might decide you like it enough to work with this. But these are for tomorrow. IWM, Triple Q, SPY, XSP, SPX, and NDX. These usually are entered around the midday, gives you time for the morning volatility to settle down. And then you pick these for the next day because the expiration is tomorrow. But I see trade for
KW
the day. Go ahead.
K KWEB. You may recognize the company, but so you remember when Yancey, I think it was Yancey,
Oh, uh-huh.
that suggested KLIP.
Uh-huh.
That was the company is called Crane Shares.
Mm-hmm.
And so KLIP and KWEB are offered by the same company, Crane Shares.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Is for the Chinese internet ETF. And I think the other one may be a similar one as well. But
Mm-hmm.
Crane Shares is the name of the company that offers that ETF.
Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Okay, crane shells. What's in KW? Well, you probably didn't look that close to see what's in KWEB.
In
It's not that
KW,
serious. Yeah. What is inside of it? Like what things are in it?
oh, got you. So to be honest with you, the main difference, well, hold on. So what's in that one is Alibaba, Tencent, JD.com, Pinduoduo, Baidu, Billy
Mm-hmm.
is in there. They actually have Tencent in there twice. It looks like looks like different companies, something like that. Tencent Holding is in there, and then Tencent Music Entertainment Group. NetTease is in there as well. And I'm just looking in the top 10 list.
Mm-hmm.
So what it seems to be is Crane Shares. So KWEB is the ETF, but then KLIP is the options income version of it
Okay.
that you can buy and get the monthly dividend off of that. That seems to be
Okay.
what the similarities are between the two.
All righty. I'm looking at SOXL. SOXL, we got 32.5 and 36. See if the chart supports it. Those numbers come based on the 30 delta. We've got support down here at 31 and there's support here at 33. And there's good support here. Okay, so 33.45. So if you look at 32.5 as your put credit spread area, and then it's got 36 is what's showing up on the call credit spread area. This gap here was filled. There's another one right here based on this candle right in the middle of it. 35.85 is another set of supports or resistance in this case. So if we were looking at trading SOXL 32.5 and 36. Let's see what we would have if we went to a vertical. It's a 50-cent spread. 32, 32.5. I would probably change it to 31.5. That's going to pay 21, 27, $26, right? And then to look over at the 36, 37, I said that was $27. Hey, come back here. 36, 37. I'll change this to 36 and 37. Another $20. Y'all got y'all pencils? SOXL paying $47 for a one spread. Yeah, y'all need to have your pencils. SOXL. 31.5. Trade of the day. Trade of the day or trade of the week. Guess it could be of the week. And 36, 37 CCS. Paying $47 currently. Oh, I should have put PCS next to 31.5, 32.5. All right. That's what I got there. I put it in the comments. Janae says, oh, wow, they have AV Gold for that low interest. I was looking at 172 since it was consolidating. Okay. The low interest. Oh, low for that low. Interesting. I was going to say low interest. Joshua, good morning, Joshua. Hi, how are you? Oh, I got a funny story. Just so y'all know. I was on the I was talking to my son on the phone and I had I was getting on the elevator at the hotel in Chicago. My son was in my earbuds, right? So I was talking to him. So as soon as I stepped on the elevator, there was a guy actually on the elevator, and I didn't see him until I was on the elevator. He was standing like over in the corner, kind of going down. So he was like standing out of the way, I guess. Anyway, I ended up stepping in. So he caught me by surprise. And when I said, oh, hi. I said, oh, hi, how are you? So my son, thought about, hi, how are you? He thought about, people go to Chicago and start talking different. So what's happened is now every time I say, how are you to somebody? I actually am saying it all the time. He said I was saying it just because I was in Chicago, but it turns out that's how I say it. I always say, hi, how are you? And he was like, when you, when did you start saying it like that? I was like, I did, and it turns out I've been saying it like that. So now when I pass people in the hallway and I say, "Hi, how are you?" It's like I've been saying it the same way all this time. And I was like, this is sometimes you don't, you're not necessarily um cognizant of what you say and what you do. But anyway, that's my funny story from the weekend. Hi, how are you? So when I just said hi to Joshua, made me think about it. Hi, how are you? Yes, Janae, SOXL would be an iron condor. Yeah, because it showed up on the list. It showed up on the Peakbot list as an iron condor, right? Let me drag it over so you can see it. I'll put it here, and then when I share my screen again, you can see it. Yep, it's an iron condor. When this alert shows up, and y'all know about these alerts. $5 a week, you can get these alerts, and you can see these all day long. These alerts populate every 5 minutes, and the things may jump around on the list, but every 5 minutes this populates. They give you the expiration date, they give you the strikes. I usually use the put strike and the sell strike. I don't necessarily do the spread they suggest, but I get the sell leg is the one that really matters. Okay, so this is um this is the list that pop again every 5 minutes. It updates. All right. You have the list of the stocks, individual stocks, and you have the Iron Condor entry list for the indices. All righty. I like to use this list because I feel like it gives you, ideas and things to go look at and look for. As sellers, we aren't necessarily looking for the pop and all those things, but we're looking for places that are going to be safe for us for the remainder of the week. All right. Today's Tuesday, turnaround Tuesday, I've heard it called, and SOXL. Look at Pinterest is on here as an iron condor as well. So is Snow and MDB. Those are all here as iron condors. All right. Okay. 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 Trade for the day was that SOXL was the trade of the day. Chart and trade, I'm wrapping myself up because I got to go teach in about 7 minutes. Chart and trade is still open and in registration mode. Okay, we're currently at $69, actually is the current price. I want to say here, I've been asked this a couple of times, is when will the live sessions be? And the live sessions are going to be held on Thursday evenings at 7 p.m. I'll hold the live sessions. I'm thinking we'll probably have like another one a day on the weekend. It won't be every week, but maybe there'll be some sessions that'll pop up that are in the middle just so we can make sure folks get what they need, right? And then but that's going to be every week. So if you're thinking about if you were delaying because you didn't know when the sessions were going to be held, then I'm telling you they're going to be held on Thursday evenings at 7. Additionally, there will be maybe a Saturday morning or a Sunday evening. We'll see what the group has and what the group wants. We'll see about that. And then if you're not in yet, you need to go ahead, chart your way to 100k.com. Again, current price is $69 and it rises $1 with every person who registers. It goes up $1 with every person who registers. Okay. All righty. All righty. Jamie, back to you.
Well, technically we're done if you got everything covered.
I covered everything I wanted to cover.
Yeah, then we're good.
Oh, I thought you were still covering. Okay, then we're good. All righty. Then let's go on to the as Jamie calls it, the benediction. I'm trying to get to the screen on here. There we go. Add to the stage. Our daily declaration: I declare I'm a great trader. I declare I'm a successful trader. I declare I'm a focused trader. I declare my wins exceed my losses. My accounts grow more and more each week. I'm a wise and knowledgeable trader. I always make smart and lucrative decisions for my portfolios. I declare I'm a level headed trader who does not trade my emotions. Lord, it's you who gives us the power to get wealth. You teach our hands to war and our fingers to fight. Help us today to trade wisely and strategically. Give us more than enough so we can have what we need and enough to be a blessing to others. In Jesus' name, amen, amen, amen. All righty. So we are wrapping it up. Looks like SPX has done a reverse off that 58.22, and it seems to be climbing. The time frame continuity has it green all the way across the board except for the weekly, and it's climbing on out of the hole from 58.22. It looks like it may be trying to go and start filling that gap. Let me see what the I can't do it. Let me do it from here. See if I can drag us across here and you all can see the same thing I'm looking at. Even though I know if you're looking at it, you don't need to look on my screen. But in case you are looking at my screen, here is SPX to the right. Here's SPX. I can't see clearly what is the height of this red candle. So let me drag it some more. There we go. The high of this candle is 58.32.70, and we're above that. So now this wasn't 15 minutes, but now it looks like it's starting to fill the gap. Gap filling in progress. How will it fill the whole gap? Maybe or maybe not all at once. The top of the gap is 58.53, which is about 16 more points. Could it do it with no problems? It could do it with no problems. All right. There we are with that. For those who like the gap fill. Hey Tanya. Those who like the gap fill and maybe give you an opportunity for some gap fill movement going on up. All right. All right, everybody. Tanya said, I'm tardy to the party. Party over. You have to go back and watch the SOXL trade I put out this morning. All right. Okay, everybody. I will see you in the market. I want you to stay green and get this money. All right. Everybody have a great green day. See you later.
Hasta mañana.
Bye. Hasta.